FlossTube. This is Christine, and it is Sunday, May 11th, 2025. It's Mother's Day here in the United States, and I thought this would be a good day to get back on that FlossTube horse again and start recording a vlog. I took an unexpected 2-month break from vlogging, and thank you for your patience waiting for me while I was gone. Maybe you didn't even notice I was gone. It was an unintended break. I just, I don't know. I don't know what was up with me. I just kind of got a mental slog going in March, and it continued on through April, and I was extremely unmotivated and just in a mental slump. I just can't really describe it. My good friend Lisa at the Felt Fairy on Instagram, she knows a lot about astrology, and she said I can blame it a lot on the planets and their position. And I said, you know what, that sounds good to me. So I guess I wasn't the only one feeling that way. But I'm back. It is May 11th, like I said, and so I really wanted to start at the beginning of May, but still wasn't feeling it. But today's the day. I have stolen a few minutes to come out into my recording studio, aka my car, because it is the most quiet place and has the best lighting for me to get back on this again. And I had a few false starts because I feel out of practice already. Welcome if you are new to my channel. Like I said, I am Christine, and I'm going to give you a recap of what I have been up to in March and April. And I can tell you, well, okay, I was going to say it didn't seem like a lot, because I didn't hardly do much at all in March, and so I feel like I didn't do a lot. But now, looking back, as I was gathering all the stuff for my video, I realized I did kind of do a lot of stitching, but a lot of that happened more toward the end of April and like the first part of May. So what you are looking at in front of you right here is this cute little mill hill that is new. It was the new spring bouquet, one of the new spring bouquets for this year, 2025, and it took me the whole month of March to stitch this little project. I mean, these are things that can be stitched in just a few days, really, and I did that. That just kind of shows you how unmotivated I was, and it took all month, but I am so happy to show my finish. Ooh, let's see if we can get a better. Yeah, you can kind of see the sparkle of those really cute beads in the middle, and it's adorable. I didn't do anything with the back yet. I didn't put my felt on it, but it's adorable. So yeah, I think it was about maybe the late March. I was starting to thought, well, I really wasn't in the mood to stitch, but I thought maybe if I go and grab an old Dimensions kit, something very spring-like, maybe it will revamp my stitchy bug and I'll get started in it. So let me grab and show you what project I chose, because I thought, well, I could either work on one that's maybe close to getting finished, or I could work on one that didn't have much stitching at all. And I chose the latter because there's a very springy-like Dimensions kit that I started a few years ago, and I had put very few stitches in it. So it is, of all my kits, it's the one that had the least amount of stitches in it. So I thought, well, that one needs some love. So that's the one I grabbed, and I will grab that now and show you. Okay, this is the one that I chose. It is from Sunset, the older Dimensions kit, and it is called Goldfinch Gathering. So such a cute spring design. Now, I think I took a picture of where it was when I left off, but I'll go ahead and insert that here. If I didn't, I know that I had only done just very few stitches right here in the watering can, or the bucket, and not much at all of that dark color. So when I picked this up again to get started, I think what I did is I counted over and thought, I'm going to start on this bird right here. So I did, and I stitched the whole bird, and then I went back and I started stitching this handle, and somewhere along the line something didn't match up, and I knew I had made a mistake. Now this kit is very confusing, and I made a lot of mistakes because the charts has like well, let me see if I can show you. Hold on. Okay, so I grabbed the symbols. So what's confusing about it, it's not like you're kind of like the newer Dimensions kits now, but I started stitching some of these symbols and then I realized that they were supposed to be done with one strand. So the majority of stitches in this cross stitch kit are done with one strand. There's only these few down here that are done with two strands. And if you notice, they use some of the same symbols for both, but just a different color. So you have to really pay attention, you know, like the like the E. Okay, there's the blue E, and then I feel like up here there's an E that's a black E. So, you know, they should have used different symbols. So it was really confusing. It was messing with my brain, and you know, the slump that I was in anyway, and then picked this up, I just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake, and I got really frustrated with it. And then oh yeah, these are the blends up here. But yes, I need to, that's why I highlighted that, because if I pick this up again later at a later date, I need to remember that these symbols are all in one strand, and there's only a few that are in two, and you have to look at the color of the symbol, not just that it's an E, because it's, yeah, oh yeah, and see there's another E up there. So there's a red E, oops, there's a red E that's for a blend, there's a black E that's a one strand, and then there's a, you know, a blue E, that's the, yeah, it's crazy. So I was making all kinds of mistakes until I got myself together and said, okay, Christine, you have really got to pay attention when you stitch this. So I spent a lot of time frogging. I kept the bird where the bird was, and, oh, I guess I could show you the project so you could be looking at that now. So let's, here we go. This is what I got done. So yeah, I know it looks like a lot, but I didn't do a lot of this in March. Literally in March, I did a lot more frogging. I stitched the bird, and then I did a bunch of frogging in the handle and the bucket. And once I got myself straightened up, as a matter of fact, I think there's still a mistake here that I ended up just working with, because I just didn't want to, you know, do a lot of frogging there. So most of this was done the later part of April and kind of this early part of May. That's when I filled a lot of this in, because it's easy stitching. It's easy once you know that you've got the right color and you're using the right symbol, you know, then it's easy. So right here, I think I'm going to get ready to do one more bird before I put this away. I'm getting a little tired of it. It's really beautiful and it's pretty, but the colors are just almost a little bit too soft. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to something different. I don't know. I say that, but we'll see. You know, my plans always change. Maybe I'll continue on with it. But I did want to backstitch as well before I put this away, because now that the bird is all surrounded, I could go ahead and backstitch the bird, and I could go ahead and backstitch the fence post there as well, and maybe some of these flowers. So I haven't been feeling like backstitching yet though, so I was kind of waiting for the mood to hit. But it's very pretty, and even though it looks like I got a lot done, I got a lot more to go. I was just looking at that the other day. You know, the whole bottom part of this is just a lot more denser stitching than the top part that I've done. So, but you know, it's not a Dimensions Gold, so it's just one of the older Sunsets, so technically it is quicker to stitch. That was that. So then I was kind of fluttering around when this was kind of frustrating me, and then I had a couple of Mill Hill kits that just, they're kind of sitting around, and when I don't have a lot of time to stitch, I like to put a little bit of a few stitches in those. So back in January, there was the Floss and Felt Sal. Boy, January seems so long ago. And I was working on a Halloween. I have all the details of that on a different video, so I won't go into that now. But one of the projects I was working on was my Halloween Mill Hill kit. So let me grab that and show you the progress I've made. Okay, so it was this really colorful one called Happy Halloween. And there is a little bit of a glare going on in here, but I'm not going to take it out of the package. Lots of bright colors. So I was kind of swapping out, stitching a little bit on this as I was working on the other Goldfinch Gathering, because that had the more softer, subtle colors, and this had the really bright, cheerful, happy colors. And what I like to do is just sort of get a whole bunch of threads sort of preloaded, so when I only have a few minutes to put in a little bit of stitching, then I can go ahead and work on this in, and it's a really easy chart to follow. I think when I left off, I had this whole word done, and I had started in with this next letter, and I haven't done any of the beading, so we're just working on just the cross stitches here. And this is where I'm at with it right now. So I've made some progress on it. Once again, not hardly any in March, nothing in March on this, and hardly any of it in April, maybe toward the end of April, I started working on it. So lots of bright, happy colors here. And yes, you could see that I kind of have all these threads just loaded up on here. And so that when I just have a few minutes to stitch, I can just, work on some of the colors in the letters. And as soon as I get those done, it's going to be really fun to bead that. And it's going to be all ready for Halloween. So I'm excited about that. And then one day, I don't know why, I think something had reminded me that I didn't have one of my Mill Hill Santas started, because I think from the last time I finished one up, I always like to keep one of those going. So I did get a small start on one of the next Santas. I think we're going back. I did the 1999 ones, and now I'm starting with the year 2000. Let me grab it. Okay, I put my sunshade up because I think that's going to help decrease a little bit of the bright sunshine that I had coming in here. And so these are the Starlight Santas. This will be the first of 3 that I've done. They are the year 2000. So this one here is called the Southern Cross Santa. And I just got a small wee little bit of a start right there on, what is that, his bag or something that he's holding back over there, and a little bit of his face. So not much, but just like to always have one of these going. So not much to show there. And then, okay, I'm trying to think back. So now we're on about April. So then my birthday was April 20th, and I decided to treat myself to a new start. And let me grab that and show you. Okay, this is what I chose to start for my birthday. It's one of the brand new buttons and beads for 2025 in the autumn, the ones that come out in the autumn. And it's called Haunted Lighthouse. And oh my gosh, I was so excited to get this and get a start on it. It does have some glow-in-the-dark beads, I think. I don't know where the glow-in-the-dark beads are going to go. Probably, obviously, where the light is shining from the lighthouse. So super excited to have that and get a start on it. If you haven't seen any of the new ones, these are the other ones that are new for this year. You got the African daisies, the windmill, love the windmill, fall foxes, spooky cat, and corn maze. So yes, I think they did great on these patterns this year, and I'm excited to start a couple of them. So here is what I've gotten done on this. It kind of looks kind of speckled on here. Yeah, it's interesting. The black perforated paper by Mill Hill is painted, so I think they kind of like run ink over the top of it or something like that. And I noticed on the back side of it that it kind of just sort of seeped through a little bit. Anyway, no big deal, but it does, that's all going to be covered anyway. These are all full coverage, but it does look does definitely show up kind of where it almost looks like some of the paint is chipping off a little bit on maybe some of the holes, but no big deal. It's all going to be covered. So I started stitching on this, but was not feeling these colors. They just kind of were, contributing to my dark mood. So I didn't do too much on it, and I put it away, and I got yet another new start because I just took down I had taken down all my Easter stuff finally, this week. Okay, what were we, like a week into May? So I've been trying to decorate my mantle each month just with kind of a theme, so I decided to put up a little bit of a patriotic theme for Memorial Day in May. So I put up my red, white, and blue and realized I have very little, if any, patriotic stitching I have to go look through. I feel like I did some, like I did a small, I just realized I just don't do a lot of the red, white, and blue kind of stitching or even with the felt kits either. So I thought, well, I need to remedy that so that I could put at least one cross stitch up on my mantle. And I dug through my stash and found one that I think is going to be perfect because I could probably keep it up all summer, really, because it's kind of 4th of July, summer, Memorial Day, you name it. So let me grab that and show you my start. Okay, and here it is. It's called Summer Sampler. And I thought that is just perfect. It's exactly what I need to display on my little red, white, and blue kind of themed mantle. Now I might change my mantle out because I have a felt kit that's got like flip-flops and flamingos and things like that. And I have like some red, white, and blue star lights, string lights up there now, but I might buy some that are kind of flip-flop, you know, or pineapple or something more summer themed, but I don't know. We'll see. I might get a little tired of the old red, white, and blue if I have to keep that up for 3 months. So yeah, I might swap that out. But I thought this was perfect, and it's so fun to stitch. Oh my gosh, I've really been enjoying this one. So just this past week, I've done all this. And yes, my paper got a little crinkled there. It sort of came like that. I think the kit got bent. But no big deal, because I think most of that's going to be covered with the frame anyway. So I went to town on this week because I've been watching, okay, all my true crime peeps out there, who's watching the Karen Reed trial? I've been letting that play, and yeah, I've just been probably a little bit too obsessed with that trial. I just love, okay, it's probably going to be pretty obvious I'm team free Karen Reed. If you have an opposing opinion, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yes, I love watching Alan Jackson do his cross-examinations, and it's been very, very interesting. If you are not familiar with the Karen Reed trial, I was not actually familiar with it. Okay, going off on just a little bit of a tangent here, a little true crime tangent. About, gosh, maybe, so this is the Karen Reed retrial, I guess I should say. I had not even heard of it, but then about 2 weeks before this retrial started, I came across the documentary on Max. I think it's called A Body in the Snow, the Karen Reed story. And she had her trial in July of 24, and the documentary kind of goes over the whole trial and how it ended, and it's obviously then being retried right now, and it's gripping, let me tell you. So if you have not heard about it, check into that documentary, or even just looking on YouTube. There's a ton of stuff about it, and it's really, really interesting. So yeah, I watched that documentary, and then I'm like, ooh, I need to watch that retrial. And I've just kind of, been sort of listening to that and working on this and my other projects and stuff like that. But this it's been fun. It's got this cute little birdhouse that I get to stitch right down there. Little birdhouse with the sunflowers and stuff like that. So really cute. That brings us up to date because this is the most recent thing that I've done. So that is where I have been for March and April. I have not touched a felt kit since I uploaded my February. I think I uploaded something, about my Valentine wreath sometime back in end of February or something like that. And nope, have not touched a piece of felt in 2.5 months. And my little DIY miniature kit that I was doing, I did work on that a little bit, was not feeling it, and it was kind of set up on my kitchen table, so I finally put it away and thought I'll just pull it out when the mood hits me again. So nope, I have not done anything on my little model kit. Nothing. All right, I think that's it for now. I'm going to go in. We are having a barbecue my brother's having a barbecue this afternoon for all us mothers. And it's going to be nice hanging out and letting somebody else do the cooking for me. So, all right, I will check in and keep you updated on how I continue working with my projects this month in May. So right after I filmed that last clip, I came out to my deck and I heard a hummingbird. So I went and got my feeder set up. They're arriving a little bit late this year. They usually come in April when the lilac bushes bloom. Both neighbors on either side of me have a lilac bush, and the lilac flowers are almost gone. And I just now heard my first hummingbird, so let's hope that one shows up. That would be a great Mother's Day treat for me. What do you think? Are you waiting for them too? Yes, I know you are. You like those little hummers. Well, good morning. I thought I would pop in here real quick on this early Saturday morning, May 17th. So it's been about a week since that last clip, and I thought that I would show you what I stitched. The only thing that I stitched this week is this lovely summer sampler that I'm enjoying so much. So this is, ooh, sun's kind of shining on it there. This is what I've gotten done. So I've just been kind of color completing. So I think I've gotten all the white stitches done. I've gotten all the dark blue, the medium blue, the little pink, hold on, the pink on the ice cream cone there. And so I'm getting ready to do the green color that you see loaded up on the needle there. And that's going to be part of the background of the star there and some of the leaves and vine over here. And then all I'll have left to do as far as the cross stitches is 2 shades of gold, mostly in the sunflowers and the hat and the star. There, so, yep. This is moving along quickly because it's not full coverage. So, yeah, I think I might investigate some of these older mill hills because they seem to be not quite as much stitching and you can get them done a little quicker. I also was gifted a while ago a garden sampler, so maybe I'll start that one next. And that's a nice summer piece as well. Hey there, quick update to show you what I got done over the weekend. I got all the cross stitches done and I have started the beading with that one bead right there. So I'm looking forward to getting this beaded. There's a lot of white beads and well, there's a lot of red, white, and blue beads, which that's kind of the point of picking this one. Can't wait to do that little ice cream cone. And then it's got a little blue star there that's going to go, I think, in the middle of this star. Yeah, right there. And then it calls for some kind of a beaded loop or something to hang from the hat right there. So that's going to be kind of cute. It's also done with the blue beads. That's not all I did over the weekend. I actually did work on my Goldfinch, what's the name of that one? Goldfinch Gathering. I started working on the other goldfinch. Got probably about halfway done with the goldfinch. So I'll check in as soon as I get the goldfinch done and show you what that looks like. Oh, while I'm out here, I thought I would go ahead and show you the 2 other new Mill Hill kits that I bought of the autumn series that were released just this year in 2025. They've got the candy bucket, which I had to have. I mean, those little plastic jack-o'-lantern buckets for going trick-or-treating with are just completely nostalgic for me. I love them. So that one I had to have. Okay, and then I also got this one, the turkey platter. Yes, I needed more Thanksgiving stuff. So there we go. We're going to go with the turkey platter. Even though I don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. But, you know, it's a classic. I guess I could say which other ones from this series that I might still end up getting. So in case you haven't seen them yet, geez, this glare is horrible. Let me pull it out of the package. Okay, that's better. Look how cute. So there's the otter, which is adorable, but I'm not sure I'll stitch him. The UFO most likely will definitely get that one. That's cute and just kind of a cute original idea. The monster plant, definitely got to get that. It's a little like the little Venus flytrap. So cute. Reminds me of the Little Shop of Horrors. Love that musical. And then the little sign that, there's just the little one that says spooky. I don't know if you could really read it from here, the one with the eyes on it, but it says spooky. So yes, I'm sure I'll end up getting them all. You know me, I can't resist. I just had to share my new favorite coffee flavor. If you like flavored coffees, this Dunkin' Mint Chip from Target. My son picked it up and, ooh, yummy. Don't you just love my new cup? I don't usually order stuff for myself like this online, but I am really impressed with the quality of this cup. I'll put the link below from where I ordered it from. It's not just a print-on-demand type cup. It's actually, the design is kind of baked in. So, love it. It's so cute. There's me and Mary. All right, I have a finish to show you. Let me go grab it. All right, here is my finish. I was waiting for the sun to come out because it's been cloudy for days, and it's out right now, so I figured it might be able to show the beads a little bit better. But I finished Summer Picnic and I just love it, and I put it in one of the Mill Hill frames. I guess I should say the date today is May 30th, so we have approached the end of the month already, and I have a couple other things to show you for this one last clip before I get this uploaded. But I really wanted to show this one kind of out in the sun, and let's get a close-up here. Okay, these are the little beaded loops right here, which are so cute. There's one there, and then there's one up top. I'm not sure if I did them right, but they're cute, so however I did it. Let me kind of get rid of some of that glare. And you can see the adorable ice cream cone right there. Forgot to check if there was any dog hair, so you may see the stray dog hair here and there, but it turned out so cute, and it looks really good sitting up on my mantle. Yes, yeah, dog hair. I'm talking about you, your dog hair. Yes, little wiggle butt, little wiggle butt. Okay, yeah, let me go grab the other things that I've been working on and show you where I've ended up at the end of the month. All right, look at this. I finished all of the cross stitching in my Happy Halloween Mill Hill. So all of the stitches are done, and I'm getting ready to, this little string right here is for the back stitching because it's got some little spider webs, and these little gray spots here are going to be spiders. So I'm going to do a little bit of back stitching and then time for beading. So I'm so excited to get to the beading. There's lots of beads in this project. So I ended up reaching my goal on that by getting that done by the end of May. So, I mean, getting the stitching done by the end of May. So I'll just continue to work on this in the background. And I did work on Goldfinch Gathering. I don't have that outside with me here, so maybe I'll go grab it here shortly. But I will show you where I ended up with that as well. Okay, time for an update to show you where I ended up with this project right here, and I am on a really squeaky deck chair. I'll try not to move, but because it's really loud. But all right, so here we are with the end of May. So I have got pretty much the top. I think the quarter of page is kind of, here and here. So not technically the quarter of design, just because there's less stitching up top, as I showed you previously, than there is at the bottom. So, but yes, that's basically a quarter of a page though. So yep, got the other bird done. Let me grab this just to show you there. So yeah, got that top area. Now, I didn't get any back stitching done, but I think I am going to back stitch now what I've gotten done so far. Okay, sorry, I had to wait for a loud truck to go by, but yeah, okay, so I guess I do technically have a few more stitches to do on this leaf right here before this is all completed and ready for back stitching. So I think the mood for back stitching has kind of hit me now, so I think I would like to back stitch this. I was looking at it, and it's not really difficult back stitching at all. It seems pretty straightforward. So it's going to be, mostly in the leaves and around the birds. And I think this part, the fence, I think I only outlined the outside of it and maybe just some details around there. A little bit in the bucket, so not too bad. So let's see, it is the 30th. I think I said the 30th of May right now. So I still have today and tomorrow left. So if I do any back stitching on this, I'll be sure to upload a clip and add it to this video here. But if not, it'll just show up in my June vlog, or I got to get back onto Instagram. I took a break from social media for a while. I was hardly on at all, just to check messages and to check if anybody sent any reels. I would just get on and look, but I was trying to not spend a lot of time. So I have been absent from the old social medias for a bit, and it's been kind of nice actually. So I'm not sure when I'll get back on and update my Instagram profile with my latest projects, but I probably should do that because I do like to have a record of them. Okay, future me coming to you from the next morning to show you that I did the back stitching. So I wanted to interrupt this clip and post this and show you that I'm really glad I took the time to do it, because it took only about an hour and a half. So I just had to back stitch the leaves, a little bit in the birds, had to do some French knots, as you can see in the eyes of the birds, and then also just some of the foliage around there, and then around the fence post, which really makes it pop. And yes, I think that I'm probably going to put this one away for now. I think that this is a good stopping point, and I've actually been feeling like working on Paris market, so maybe, you never know. We'll see. Sometimes I'm done recording and then I do something completely different. But doing these French knots made me think that I really do enjoy doing French knots, and there's a lot of French knots in Paris Market. Even though I'm not really ready to do the French knots yet, I think when I left that project, I was working on a big boring tree in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take a picture of this for Instagram for when I eventually post it, and I'm going to let you get back to yesterday's clip. Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to put this away and just give you a little bit of a life update. Very short, all good. Yeah, so if you're not interested in any short life update, you can check out now, and I'll see you at the end of next month. And if you want to just hang out for a few more minutes and catch up with me, you can do that as well. All right, let's do that. And that, like I said, brings us to the end of the month, so I'll let you just stare at Mary on her perch as she watches the neighbor's cats. And also, remember last year, let me try to zoom in. My neighbor has that birdhouse hanging up there, and the chickadees that nested there last year have nested there again. So they are busy raising babies in that little birdhouse right now. And yeah, so what else is there to say about this month? Today's my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching. I'm gonna go maybe hopefully have coffee with her later. And the boys are doing great. Hunter is my oldest, is just working away on his master's, so he completed his first semester at that, and he's taken the summer. He just has a job up at the school still, and he might try his hand at golf this summer. He's also on an adult hockey league, so, you know, hockey and golf, they kind of go hand in hand. And Riley has completed his second semester and is now certified as an advanced EMT, and he got a full-time job with an ambulance company. So, all very exciting. So proud of both of them. He will start his 2 semesters of paramedic prep in the fall, and they require you to be employed with an ambulance company while you're going through paramedic prep, and then he'll go on and get his paramedic. But yeah, we wondered how long it was going to take for him to drive the ambulance, and he texted me on his first day of orientation and said, "Mom, we're learning that first thing." So they jumped right in, and in about his 4th day, he was so excited because he got to go with lights and sirens. And then yesterday, he said that he had to go emergent for 45 minutes during rush hour, and he said that it was so exciting because he was on the highway, and he said everybody just parted out of the way for him. And yes, he was just thinking that was the best thing ever. So yeah, he's loving that, and I'm so excited for him. And yeah, me and Mary, we're hanging. We're still, you know, we're just working. We're trying to work on getting her a little bit better on her walks and her barking. but she's learning. She's now 18 months old, so she reached over the 1.5 year mark. I think we've probably got about 1.5 years to go before she's kind of a pretty chill dog, but she's lots of fun and lots of work. All right, that is it for now. I am so happy that you were able to spend a little bit of time with me today. This is probably going to be about a half an hour long, I'm guessing. I didn't have a ton of footage for you this month, but I'm hoping to maybe get a little bit of maybe some more. Yeah, I don't even know what my plans are actually for what's the month coming up? June? Yeah, so we'll see. Got a big family picnic coming up with all of my big extended family, lots of which I haven't seen in years, so that's going to be fun. And now I'm just starting to ramble, so I'm going to wrap this up, get it edited, and actually get it uploaded either late on May 31st or early June 1st. And oh, I should talk about the trial. Okay, yes. So the Karen Reed trial that I've been watching, oh, there's a cat. The Karen Reed trial that I've been watching is now, as of today, May 30th, 2025, the retrial, I should say, is the prosecution has just rested yesterday, and the defense now starts up today. So that's going to be exciting. They're expecting this trial to go on about another week to a week and a half, and before they wrap up. And I don't know, but there seems to be lots of reasonable doubt in my mind, and so I'm really hoping for a Karen Reed acquittal. And we'll see, though. I was going to do a couple of shout outs, and I had completely drawn a blank on the names of who I wanted to shout out. Okay, I'm going to try to remember right off the top of my head. These are two new, I think they're both fairly new. No, you know what, one of them's not new. She's new to me. And both of these lovely ladies have given me a shout out on their channel, which I appreciate so much. And one of them is Mega Stitches. She's actually had a channel for a while. I don't know how I've missed her. Definitely go check her out. And she has a tutorial about how to make your first floss tube, in case, you know, I know you, I'm looking at you. You want to make a floss tube and you're intimidated as to how. So go check out Mega Stitches, and she will show you how to upload your first floss tube video. Then another new one is, I'm going to try to get her name right, Thistle and Thread, I believe it is. And she has recently become addicted to Mill Hill. So, of course, you got to go check her out if you love Mill Hills. And she does a lot of other stuff on her channel too, and has a very sweet, bubbly personality. Both of these ladies have a sweet, lovely, bubbly, happy, cheerful personality. So very enjoyable to watch. And I don't think I've ever given a shout out to Show and Tell Stitcher. I've been watching her for a while. Love her channel. She has such a funny sense of humor and beautiful projects. She also loves to do Dimensions kits, Mill Hill kits, and she is now mom to a sweet little baby boy. That's adorable. And she also does big projects like some Heaven and Earth designs as well. So I will link all three of these lovely ladies below to go check out. And on that note, I think you've probably done staring at my dog's back end enough. But on that note, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and I will see you hopefully at the end of June. Bye for now.